जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। जमुना तीर वनचारी। जमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जयों विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतु श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gaurango. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatani Sutadine। Srila Prabhupada ki jai। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya। Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye। Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nittang Bhagavata Sevaya। Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki। Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Canto, Chapter 14, The Forest of Enjoyment, Text 27. Adhvani amushmin ima upasargas tatha sukha dukkha raga dvesha bhayabhimana pramadonmada shoko moha lobha matsaryershyaba mana kshut pipashadhi vyadhi janma jara maranadaya adhanamushmin ima upasargas tatha tatha sukha dukkha raga desha bhayabhimana pramodanmada sokamoho lobha Matsarjer Shayava Mana Kshut Pipashadhi Badhi Janma Jara Maranadaya. This is in a prose form, so we cannot really recite it together. Anyway, you have done a good job. Adhvani on the path of material life. Amushmin on that. Ime all these. Upasarga eternal difficulties. Tatha so much also. Sukha so-called happiness. Dukkha unhappiness. Raga attachment. Dvesha hate. Bhaya fear. Abhimana false prestige. Pramada illusion. Unmada madness. Shoka lamentation. Moha bewilderment. Lobha greed. Matsarya envy. Irsha enmity. Abhamana insult. Kshut hunger. Pipasha thirst. Adhi tribulation. Vyadhi disease. Janma birth. Jara old age. Marana death. Adaya and so on. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. In this material life, there are many difficulties, as I have just mentioned, and all of these are insurmountable. In addition, there are difficulties arising from so-called happiness, distress, attachment, hate, fear, false prestige, illusion, madness, lamentation, bewilderment, greed, envy, enmity, insult, hunger, thirst, tribulation, disease, birth, old age and death. All these combine together to give the materialistic conditioned soul nothing but misery. Okay, please repeat after me. In this materialistic life, there are many difficulties, as I have just mentioned, and all of these are insurmountable. In addition, there are difficulties arising from so-called happiness, distress, attachment, hate, fear, false prestige, illusion, madness, lamentation, bewilderment, greed, envy, enmity, insult, hunger, thirst, tribulation, disease, birth, old age and death. All this combined together to give the materialistic conditioned soul nothing but misery. What a wonderful life. Huh? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The conditioned soul has to accept all these conditions simply to enjoy sense gratification in this world. Although people declare themselves great scientists, economists, philosophers, politicians and sociologists, they are actually nothing but rascals. Therefore, they have been described as mudhas and naradhamas in Bhagavad Gita 7:15. Namang duskriti na mudha prapaddante naradhama mayaya parhita jnana ashuram bhavamashritaha. These miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. Due to their foolishness, all these materialists are described in Bhagavad Gita as Naradhamas. They have attained the human form in order to get release from material bondage, but instead of doing so, they become further embarrassed amid the miserable material conditions. Therefore, they are Naradhamas, the lowest of men. One may ask whether scientists, philosophers, economists, and mathematicians are also Naradhamas, the lowest of men, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead replies that they are, because they have no actual knowledge. They are simply proud of their false prestige and position. Actually, they do not know how to get relief from the material condition and renovate their spiritual life of transcendental bliss and knowledge. Consequently, they waste time and energy in the search of so-called happiness. These are the qualifications of the demons. In the Bhagavad Gita it says that when one has all these demoniac qualities, he becomes a mudha. Due to this, he envies the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore birth after birth he is born into a demoniac family, and he transmigrates from one demoniac body to another demoniac body. Thus, he forgets his relationships with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and remains Naradhama in an abominable condition life after life. Just one verse says it all, and one purport explains it all. Srila Prabhupada so wonderfully described our condition in the material nature. What we are trying to do, we are trying to enjoy here through sense gratification. And what is the result? The result is in the form of so many different types of sufferings. And they have been described so nicely here. Difficulties arising from so-called happiness. Difficulties arising from so-called happiness. In order to be happy, people try so much, but they end up, but the endeavor for happiness itself is suffering. One, in order to be happy, tries to earn money. Is it easy to earn money in this world? I'm sure you got the taste of it. So earning money is so difficult. Just in order to be happy, they are trying to get money. Okay, let's consider they got some money. To get the money, they had to suffer, and now as a result of that came what? Distress. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Prahlad Nrsimha Dev ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. You made so much money. Then what happens? The government pays tax. You have to give minimum 30 to 40% to the government. And you start to think, with so much hard struggle I earned the money, and now I have to pay the tax. That's the first thing. Then the relatives come. Because you have so much money, you become their target of affection and good wishes. But what they actually want, they want a share of your money. So in this way there are so many, then people are after you, they try to steal your money in so many ways. Anyway, so then it causes attachment. Material nature causes attachment. A man becomes attached to a woman. But the woman rejects him. How does he feel? He wants to love this woman, but the woman hates him. Or vice versa. So attachment is causing then hatred, fear, false prestige. False prestige, we think that we are so important, we are so big, we are so famous. But then people say something bad about us. Somebody comes and says, you are this, you are that. Causes so much pain. Then illusion, madness, lamentation, bewilderment, greed, envy, enmity, insult, hunger, thirst, tribulation, disease, birth, old age, and death. All these are caused by our involvement in the material nature. And why did we get involved in this material nature? Because we wanted to enjoy through our senses. And that condition came because we didn't want to accept the authority of Krishna. That is the reason for our conditioned life. Conditioned. We have accepted now the body as me. And as a result of that, all that is happening to the body, we consider that's happening to us. But there is a solution. That is what Srimad Bhagavatam is providing. In one hand, Srimad Bhagavatam is giving the real picture, what this material nature is like. It is a forest of enjoyment. As we mentioned yesterday, to begin with, it is a forest of enjoyment. But does anybody go to the forest to enjoy? No. The forest is filled with dangerous animals. The forest has so many difficulties. And actually that is what the material nature is like. There are so many dangerous animals. I mean, we may think we are living in a city, there are so many beautiful arrangements, but Bhagavatam is reminding us that this place where we are in is a forest. And those who are surrounding us are the dangerous animals. Starting from mosquitoes to lions. You have all kinds of creatures giving you distresses. Not real mosquitoes and real lions. They are in that forest. But in this forest where we are living, there are so many such individuals who are causing us the distress that has been described so beautifully in this chapter. And what is the purpose? What is the purpose of that description? Is it because we get to see what those people, those who are around us, what they are actually like, and we hate them and we try to get rid of them? Is that the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam? No. Srimad Bhagavatam's purpose is to turn this forest of enjoyment into Vrindavan. That is the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is speaking of one forest, this material nature, and giving us the information of another forest, Vrindavan. One forest is full of difficulties caused by all these things. One forest is full of dangerous animals. And the other forest is full of joy. Vrindavan is full of joy. Vrindavan is full of devotees. And in the center of that forest is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Bhagavatam is actually the purpose of Bhagavatam, purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam is to take us from this forest of enjoyment, forest of suffering, to the forest of Krishna consciousness, Vrindavan. And that forest is not a forest. That forest is full of flowering trees, fruit-bearing trees. And not only that, in that forest, the honey drips from the trees. Here we get the honeys only when they're collected by the bees in the beehives. And there the trees are flowering, trees are showering honey. So that is, and that forest of Vrindavan is situated within an ocean of milk. Sajatra kshirabdhi shravati surabhibhascha sumahan. Surabhi cows, they're giving so much milk that the milk is flowing from their udders has caused an ocean. And that is the ocean of milk, kshirabdhi. So that is the spiritual world. All these difficulties and distresses automatically disappear as soon as we surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the point here. How do we get out of this situation, materialistic condition? The immediate result of surrender to Krishna, immediate result of accepting Krishna consciousness is kleshagni. All that we find in this material nature is klesha. Klesha. Suffering. Suffering caused by rejecting the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Klesha adhikataras tesham abhyakta shakta chetasam. That is our condition. Rejecting the Supreme Personality of Godhead when we try to become the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we simply invite kleshas, invite suffering. And it keeps on increasing. Adhikatara. Gradually, continuously it keeps on increasing. We are suffering and the suffering is increasing more and more. But Krishna Bhakti, immediately, klesha ghani, suffering is immediately removed. The question may arise that, the devotees also suffer, we see. We see so many devotees are going through so many suffering, so much suffering. No, devotees don't suffer. Although it may appear that they are suffering. They do not suffer. Why? Because all the sufferings are to the body, pertaining to the body. But a devotee is situated on his spiritual identity. Therefore, whatever is happening to the body, devotee doesn't become affected by that. And when it happens, devotees takes it. It's a test of Krishna. I have been told that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. Am I this body? That is happening? It's happening to the body. So am I really in my body consciousness or am I in Krishna consciousness? Yes, if I am in body consciousness, then I'll be subject to the suffering. But if I am Krishna conscious, then it won't affect me. And that is the test, that is the trials that we need to go through. Suffering comes, but the devotee questions, is it happening to me? So many times I said, I am not this body, I am not this body. And now this is happening to my body. Am I really not this body? When I say I am not this body, did I really mean it? Or I just repeated it like a parrot without understanding. So these sufferings actually enables one, helps a devotee to become situated in the spiritual, in his spiritual identity. And that is why the devotee is so blissful. That reminds me, there is a very beautiful realization that I got from Mohini's expression. Apparently, Mohini is suffering. Naturally, she was affected. But the last letter that I received from her, she gave me such a beautiful realization. She was saying that as long as I was thinking I was this body, I was thinking of suffering, and I was praying to Krishna, please cure me. But when I realized that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul, this is not affecting me anymore, and I am not praying to Krishna to cure me. Just a little girl, what a wonderful realization she got. Krishna consciousness is not pertaining to the age. Krishna consciousness is a matter of elevation of the spirit soul. A little girl had such a wonderful realization. And that's why I'm seeing, like, she's so blissful. She is not affected by her physical condition. She cries. She cries. She cries for Prabhupada. She cries for Prabhupada's intimate devotees. Yesterday I was talking to her about Tamal Krishna Maharaj and she was crying. There is tears also, but that tears are not the tears due to the suffering condition of the body. The tears are due to the separation from Krishna, due to the separation from devotees. Therefore, we must take all the difficulties that may come to us as a stepping stone towards our spiritual progress. We are not here to enjoy. Therefore, if suffering comes, let's accept it as the blessings of Krishna, as an opportunity to make advancement. Do you know who I am talking about here? Mohini is this little girl on the wheelchair. Mohini, I hope you don't mind that I'm talking about you here, making you the subject of my topic of discussion. Thank you. So, and this is how we learn. That's why the association of devotees is so important. By seeing how the devotees act, we learn ourselves. And we learn how to behave, how to make advancement in spiritual life. Therefore, please accept these teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam very, very seriously and apply them in your own lives. That is what is needed. Bhagavatams are not here, Prabhupada's books are not here for us to just sell and maintain ourselves. That is not the purpose of Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada stayed up through the night translating these books, giving his transcendental purports to enlighten us with spiritual knowledge. Therefore, please take advantage of that. Don't take your spiritual life lightly. Become serious about your spiritual life. Prabhupada has created all the arrangements. You get the knowledge from the books. Then Prabhupada made all the arrangements that you can practice what Prabhupada has instructed us in his books. That's why the temples are there. That's why the ashrams are there. Come to the temple, associate with devotees. And when you are ready, just move into the temple. Become fully committed to Krishna consciousness. At the same time, Prabhupada also told us, okay, I'll tell you a few things that Prabhupada told, which are very important for us to remember. Prabhupada said that, do you think my books are for you to sell and make money? And Prabhupada even went to the extent of saying, when you approach people with the books and they ask, what's in their book? What's in this book? And you say, I do not know. You read it and find out. Is that why Srila Prabhupada wrote these books? No, we have to read these books. We have to become convinced about the wisdom that Srila Prabhupada has given and impart that wisdom to others. That is the purpose of these books. Yes, Prabhupada didn't want the books to go free. If we give out the, Prabhupada said, if we give out the books free, then people won't recognize its value. Therefore, they have to pay the price. Pay some price and accept it. Sometimes we give the books free. When there are some nice candidates, like sometimes, I'll just give an example. I was in Seattle, they were having a big festival, and one devotee brought one Iranian lady, Muslim lady, to me to preach to. He found her to be very receptive. And so after I found her that she was interested, she wanted to know more. So I told him to told that devotee to get a Bhagavad Gita. And I gave her the Bhagavad Gita. She accepted it. And then I told her, you have to pay the price for that. You have to pay something for this. And her reaction was, yeah, what should I pay? I said, you have to pay the price by reading at least one verse every day. So when we give out the book free in that sense, then we have to make such condition. Don't just take this book and keep it in your shelf. Keep it on your shelf. Read this book. That's the price you pay for this book. So that is how we have to recognize the importance of Srila Prabhupada's books. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Prahlad Nrsingadev ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari. And also Prabhupada mentioned about the ashrams. Prabhupada said our ashrams are not dharamshalas. Where you just come and stay for free and get free prasad. The ashrams are here to practice spiritual life sincerely. Therefore, those who are staying in the ashram, they have to be very serious about their spiritual life. So all the arrangements that Srila Prabhupada made is for our own benefit, for enabling us, helping us to make spiritual advancement. So this is the purpose of, this is the objective that ISKCON has. That is the real purpose of ISKCON. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness. From body consciousness, it's taking us to Krishna consciousness. If we remain in the body consciousness, then we remain in the forest of material existence. And when we become Krishna consciousness, then we see how beautifully that forest has turned into Vrindavan. And what is Vrindavan? Vrindavan is Chintamani Prakara Sadmashu Kalpa Vriksha. It's a forest, but it's a forest of Kalpa Vrikshas. And the land there is Chintamani. What is Chintamani? We know of gems like diamonds, sapphires. But Chintamani is million times more brilliant than all these diamonds and sapphires that we have gems here. So that is how beautiful Vrindavan is. And there Krishna is Surabhi Rabhipalayantam. He is tending the cows. They are not ordinary cows. They are Surabhi cows. And Lakshmi Sahasrasata Sambrama Sibbhamanam. Krishna is sporting with these cowherd damsels. Who are these cowherd damsels? They are Lakshmi Devis. Each one is a Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Sahasrasata Sambrama Sibbhamanam. Not just 16,000. Sahasrasata. Hundreds of thousands. So that is the spiritual world. So why should we waste our time in this miserable material world? Why should we lead a life of constant fear and anxiety in this terrible forest of material existence? We can very easily turn this into the transcendental Vrindavan. All we have to do is just surrender to Krishna. And the human form of life is providing that opportunity. Time and time again Prabhupada pointed out, the human form of life is meant for spiritual advancement. Not to fulfill the animalistic propensities. Yes, if we remain in this forest, then we will remain as animals. Naradham. Body of a man, but the mentality of an animal. Naradham. Naro Poshu. Looks like man, but he is an animal. But the human form of life comes with a wonderful opportunity to accept Krishna consciousness and go back to the spiritual world. So it's a wonderful responsibility we have first to turn ourselves into devotees and then help others to become devotees. First we surrender and then help others to surrender. That is the purpose of our life. Thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I wanted to also say one thing about Mohini. During her last exams, she came the first in the class, 95%, and what was her rank? Okay. That was only the percentages given. They don't tell. Oh, that was in the board exam. Okay. Very good. So I just wanted to mention also. And what was the highest in board exam? Any idea? 96. Wonderful. 96 was the highest and she got 95%. We are so proud of you, Mohini, and we are learning so much from you. You are teaching us so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Does anybody have any question? Oh, acha. Okay. Niyeshcho gift gula. Okay. Okay, I'll just take these two questions and then I'll give some gifts to those who served so nicely to make this festival a wonderful success. The first question from Bibhu Chaitanya Das regarding enjoyment: why is there more opulence in subterranean heavenly planets if the demigods who don't stay there are more pious? That, you see, that enjoyment in the subterranean or lower regions of the universe is illusory. It appears to be there, but actually it's not there. Like, for example, they are there trying to enjoy but ending up suffering. Well, one example for subterranean heavenly planets can be given in, you see, subterranean planets are the planets where the light doesn't enter. Sunlight doesn't enter. There they have lights, artificial lights there. And in that case, we can consider the subterranean heavenly planet-like situation in the earth. There is a city in America called Las Vegas. People go there for gambling and prostitution. And you know what is the atmosphere? It's all artificial atmosphere. When you enter, you can't make out whether it's night or day, because it's done all with lights. Even during the midday, it's full of light, artificial light. I haven't been there, but I heard about it. But after hearing about that, I got an understanding that is like the subterranean heavenly planets. Okay, people are going there to enjoy. But do you think people can enjoy by associating with prostitutes and gambling? There is a saying about Las Vegas, that in Las Vegas no one came to become a millionaire, but many millionaires became paupers. In gambling, nobody won, everybody loses. So that's like the subterranean heavenly planet. What's the point in getting some sort of physical enjoyment when the heart is suffering? Does the real enjoyment come from the senses, or does the real enjoyment come from the feelings of the heart? If your heart is joyful and if your body is not so comfortable, are you miserable or happy? And if your body is in the middle of all kinds of comfortable situation, but if your heart is afflicted, how will you feel? How will you feel? Just to give an example, you may be living in a palace, in the most opulent atmosphere, right? You are situated in the most opulent, comfortable, enjoyable situation. Then you got the news that your son has been murdered. How will you feel? So that is the example. Our real happiness and suffering is not a matter of external situation. It's a matter of our internal constitution. Does it answer your question, Bibhu Chaitanya? Where is... Yeah, okay. In the fourth canto, Sanat Kumar is addressed as the best of the celibates, and in the eighth canto, Bamandev is addressed as the same. When should we pay? Whom should we pray for better celibacy? Both of them. All right, and many more. Okay. Prabhupada also said that when you are afflicted with sex desire, we should pray to the Goswamis, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So this is how we pray to the devotees, exalted devotees, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If the distributor hasn't read the book, will there still be spiritual advancement upon selling it? Yes. Those who are getting it, they will benefit. But I don't know about the condition of the one who did not read it. Janakinath Das, where is Janakinath? Okay. We came here due to envy towards Krishna. How we can free ourselves from the envy? By developing love for Krishna. Right? Due to our envy for Krishna, we have fallen here. Now if we want to get out of here, what should we do? Tell me. Develop your love for Krishna. Okay. Thank you all very much.